Don't take life so seriously. You'll never get out of it alive. Albert Hubbard. Life is a funny thing. And whether you like it or not, those memories you have from the past will ultimately turn into laughing memories. You'll end up laughing about them. And that's what you should be doing. The majority of people in this world just have certain stuff they just cannot let go of their lives from their past. They just keep dwelling on it. They keep going back to it. They keep referring to it. They keep trying to achieve this certain goal in life because of what happened in their past. It makes them work harder. It makes them push themselves. It makes them a better person. And all around that, it's very funny to witness because they're the same person. Something just happened to them and it's pushing them. It's just kind of funny to witness that just something that's so profound that obviously didn't really affect him in such a serious way because they're still standing alive, made him push to the edge and keeps pushing him to do certain stuff and act certain ways. Can you just imagine what would happen if you just relaxed and just look back at it and just find something to laugh about with it? You see many people with this so serious attitude of they've gone through something in their past but they've gotten out of it and they worked hard, and then they just always have this stern, serious attitude, this tension still built up because of that hold on in their head from their past. They just keep feeding into it. They keep feeling that same feeling they felt that day that event happened. And they cannot let go from it. They can't relieve themselves. They think they need to keep going and pushing through life just so they can prove that memory wrong. Isn't that just a funny thing to think about? It's proving a non-existent thing wrong. That's why life is so funny. That's why you shouldn't take it so seriously. If you look at any comedian in this world, if you look at their backstory, that is their material. Because comedians thrive and get their material off of events that happened in their past. Every comedian does it. Why do you think the jokes that comedians tell that are on the spot, that they're crowd surfing, are a lot more shittier than the ones that they've come up with that have to do with events that happened in the past? How come if you ever hear a biography of a comedian, they always talk about all the shitty times they had to go through, all the money they didn't have, all the very incredibly hard times to the point where they're almost homeless? Because it's comedic gold. The more shit you go through in life, the more of a past you have, it's comedic gold, it's hilarious. Because that's all we can do on this earth, is just look back on our past and laugh at it. Because we're not here forever. We're not. Someday we're going to be gone, and when we're gone, we can't take anything so seriously. We can't move forward to that next goal in life. And you think, why would you want to feel resentfulness? You want to feel happy. You want to laugh. I mean, come on. Chris Rock made a whole TV show about him growing up, about all the shit he had to go through. Just relentless stuff after stuff that happened on a daily basis. And I can relate so well to that, because I went through the same exact thing. And every time I think about it, sure, sometimes certain stuff does make me feel bad, but I always find a way to laugh at it, no matter what. I love to go fishing. When I was 12 years old, we'd go to this dam, kind of like 30 minutes from our house, and it was a huge river, and we'd fish there. I don't know what got into me, I have no clue what I ate, but I had to take it down pretty bad. And it was nighttime, and I really couldn't hold it anymore, and we were walking back to the car on a trail, and we were right next to the parking lot where I just couldn't take it. I was like, where's the bathroom at? So my dad had a buddy we'd hung out with, loved the guy, knew him my whole entire life as a kid, great guy. Dad told me the bathroom was locked up, and he was lying. It was a joke. So I kind of panicked because I really had to go. I pulled off to the side and I cracked my pants. Pretty bad. Honestly, lasted like a whole minute. What's even worse is after I was like midway through it all, as I was going, there was a group of people walking that same trail, and it was a big group. There was at least 15 people walking that trail. Obviously, I was just so embarrassed, but it's just kind of funny. You think I'm still going as there's a group of 15 people walking around the corner, and then just I forgot how I got out of it. I might have just jumped in the bush so I was hiding. Yeah, good times. I asked a girl out to homecoming. I did it at a homecoming dance. My sister was a cheerleader, so they held up a whole sign and everything. And they said they had the biggest show up for a homecoming game recorded. So I did in front of close to 4,000 people. The next day I went to a fair. She pulled me out to the side because she caught up with me and she said, I don't want to go. No, sorry, I'm not into you like that. So I was did that in front of 4,000 people and then says yes, but didn't really mean it. Then the next day says no. I was like, wow, jeez. I'm glad those 4,000 people don't know this. They'll probably know in an hour though. You just gotta learn to laugh at that stuff. The more distraughting it is, the more funnier material is in there. Obviously there's certain stuff in life that there's no really comedic relief out of it, but the aspects around it leading up to it, stuff that goes around onto it, stuff that latches onto it, there's comedic gold through it, and that stuff will help you get through bigger dilemmas that happened in your past. Because if you really think about it, laughing is a relief. When you go see a comedian, when you see someone telling a joke, you get a relief out of it. You laugh, and you just feel great and satisfied. And that's just really how you get over stuff in your past. Because if you keep dwelling on it, you're feeding into it. You're holding on to that memory. It's basically, if you do that, it's like a tick. That memory is like a tick attached to your brain. It just keeps staying there and you can't get it off, and it's stuck and it's sucking in those bad feelings, and it's just building up and it's attached to your brain. And then all of a sudden you hear a funny joke and you kind of relate it to that past, and it's a relief. You can pull that tick right off and just kick it off to the side. And you really, honestly, you just keep going at it like this, you'll eventually get over that memory in that past, and it'll just become a hilarious memory, and you'll feel joy every time you think about that memory.